fucking angels. Fuck you, angels. Fuck you. Go fucking pluck your wings and commit suicide, angels. You're fuck faces. We know who you are. You're evil. But man, not enough motherfucking people know who you are. That's why I'm doing this shit. Not enough people know who the angels are. Not enough people know that there are angel handlers. I know I keep bringing that up, but it's just like they're so incognito. They're sneaky motherfuckers. You know, just insult everybody mindlessly. It's just like, no, when I take a shot, it's because it's like, no, I'm not taking a shot because you are, you know, an effeminate, submissive man submitting to an evil, tyrannical overlord, spider bitch queen from Orion. That's not. That's, you know, that's pretty bad, dude. But like the real reason is because that place is a hellspawn pit. And I have these, it's like, and I'm sorry if I offend you or hurt your feelings when I say this, but I have these fucking stubborn, really hard-headed people who keep asking me about Orion. And I talk, again, I'm sorry, this is just like repeating shit, I know, but like, stop. Okay, your heart, like you same people, like you've come to me and you've told me, yeah, something feels off. Like you have said, you say yourselves, man, I felt like something was off all along. Stop second guessing that. If you second guess your true gut instinct, your heart, like it's going to go numb and you're not going to be able to hear it anymore. When it comes to tuning into your senses, like that's not some infinite thing that will always be ringing a loud bell to you. It gets quieter and quieter and then you go numb. And if you go numb and then danger shows up, you're not going to get out of the way. And then you're hit right in the face. Okay? It's candy. It's like somebody dangling candy in front of your face like, oh, you know, when you drop dead, it's all going to be super easy. Just, you're going to feel great. It's like, no, that's the sale. That's the sale of the astral realm. I'm not buying your bullshit. Okay? I've seen people right after they die. I see spirits. It's like they do not suddenly become like, I feel great. When you die, if you're in a shit state, you're kind of like in that state when you die too, right? If you didn't take care of yourself your entire life and you're bitter and angry and you feel like shit, that's kind of how you are when you die. Like there's just this hard sell, this hard sale going on, this hard sale with Astral-Realm, Akashic Records. So it's like, where did this come from? Rich, what the fuck? Where did this come from? It's like you had these amazing videos about archons and fucking like, fuck them, and you were being so raw and real, and you let this bullshit just kind of soak in and take over. Oh, she's my teacher now. What the fuck is wrong with you, dude? Yeah, Akashic Records. Yeah, chakras. Yeah, ascension. Yeah, high vibrations. Like all this shit. And it's just like, it's just not the core of the truth. You know, we really need to raise our frequencies. It's like, guys, the super high frequencies, like this is science. High frequencies, like your brain operating at very high frequencies, those are the frequencies under which insanity, murder, and very delusional things happen. The astral realm is a place of delusion and grandeur and deceit. That's what it is. I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry. I'm not sorry for telling you that. I'm going to keep saying it because nobody else is. And I really think it's true. It's like most people are living in La La Land, like, yeah. You know, the disease and bane of humanity, the greatest disease is not caring enough about the truth. It is a fucking illness. That is a psychopathic illness and disease. It should be like the number one thing in the DSM criteria for like you have something seriously wrong with you. The measure of how much you give a shit about the truth is the measure of your worth in my eyes. Right? The less, when you don't give a shit about the truth, when you don't care about reviving your beliefs as you search for what's more true about this prison realm that we're in, that it delusionally and so innocently disguises itself by mixing good with bad to get you hooked like a heroin or cocaine or gambling addict, mixing the good with the bad. If you don't care about the truth, the less somebody cares about the truth, the less valuable their existence is to me. And that's just reality. Love is a conditional thing. We love each other conditionally. The system wants to oppress us and make us look like we don't care. It wants to break us. It wants to break our spirit. It wants to destroy our passion. And it wants to make us look like we who care about the truth are a bunch of slobs that don't give a shit. That's just not reality, It just isn't. It's like, no. If parasites swarm into your body and make you sick and slow you down while you're running, you don't say like, oh, I'm just a fat, lazy fuck. No, you have a problem. You need to purge the parasites. And this parasite God consciousness literally just sucks and sucks and sucks and takes, beams out its memory erasing dog shit white light beam in the sky every goddamn day. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Forget, manipulate, here's our little game. Fuck you, sun, fuck you, white light, fuck you, soul recycling, and fuck you to the moon. The moon is a piece of shit. The planets are a piece of shit. Go fuck yourselves. Gods, the planets, go fuck yourself, retrograde. Go fuck yourself. You are not here to teach us lessons. You are a spiteful, authoritative, vindictive piece of shit. Every time every one of you goes retrograde, you're just being a piece of shit. So fuck you. You know, spirit guides, angel handlers. Look, so this perception of like, oh, some good, some not good. I think the entire astral plane is artificial intelligence. God consciousness makes the final decisions at the end of the day. So if you are plugging directly into that energy network, like you are basically just plugging into something where it's like your free will can be overridden anytime, you know? It's like, because I understand it's hard. It's like, well, why should I take your word for it? And it's just like layers of an onion, you know? And when you get to the next level, the next level, the next level, you think you're out. You think you got it. No, you didn't. Think about it, guys. If this is a trap system designed to trap you, they're not going to just use one layer. Oh, I busted through your one layer. Haha, I got out of my body. I'm just waiting to drop dead. So long, suckers. Zing! It's just like, if the AI God consciousness is serious, which it is very serious and was very serious when it constructed this prison trap about keeping you in, it's not going to just let you do like, whoop, whoop, okay, you don't want to be here, you can just go. This place is more like a Chinese finger trap, and there is an answer for getting into that real third density. This isn't really a third density. It's like the third dimension or whatever it is. There's 3 dimensions. I would say the third realm. Sorry, not third density. Confusing my words. So getting into the third realm, beyond astral, beyond physical, that is more real. And the only way I can really think of it now is just like, damn, just keep talking about it, thinking on it, feeling it, because it's in my heart. It's in my heart memory that there is this place before we entered this universe, and it's not the fucking astral realm. God damn. People are not ready to hear that yet. Like, what? I thought if I died, then like I could just do whatever I want. No. You got enemies, and they're not going to just go away because you pull up a piece of paper and put an X and say cancel, right? They're going to trick you. They're going to distort your environments. They're going to play all kinds of games, and they're rapists. They're rapists. They're pedophiles. They're murderers. They are the ones who incarnate as such. Do you really think that you can just say no and they're going to stop? No, they never stop. They have never stopped. And believe me, so back in 2018, I did lots of early 2018, end of 2017, early 2018, going through the year. I did lots of soul revocation work. I said, I cancel all this stuff, DMT, ayahuasca, all that stuff. Legally. Did ayahuasca legally, by the way. Santo Daime Church. And you do that stuff. And cancel. Okay, I agree. I'm talking about writing it out in detail, reading it out loud. I declare this with my full sovereignty. I'm talking about specifics. These types of traits, these types of things. I'm like, guys, it doesn't work. Like, at the end of the day, it's acting. I believe that the soul contract layer is another layer of deceit to make a lot of people think that they are breaking free. And so the astral entities, see, when you explore a lot of solutions, different solutions, you can't just be like, if you feel amazing for 1 or 2 days, that's not good enough. Or just because somebody on YouTube feels good, like if I feel amazing for something, that's not good enough. It has to be something where it's like you can get result again and again. It's every day. It works. The truth about, the false light. For these people that have this influence, these astral beings are very clever, and they just come up with these layers of ideas, implanted ideas. It's like, if we just make them believe that they're here just because they signed a contract and that we're powerless if they cancel that contract, then when they die, we can just pounce on them because they think they're going to be free and do whatever they want. In my case, they just pounce like 2 or 3 days later and they're like, we're just kidding. That just kidding, that is a theme. 1111 is just kidding, fuck you. 111 is just kidding, fuck you. 333 is just kidding, fuck you. Every time you see those numbers, that is the Archon matrix system telling you, just kidding, fuck you. That's what soul contract revocation is. Just kidding, fuck you. At least for me and for a large portion of people. Who am I? I am a voice. Okay? But these spiritual leaders, these astral beings, are pretending on an extended basis for the spiritual leaders that soul contract revocation does in fact work. It is in fact the final nail in the coffin. We have defeated the Nebuchadnezzar, we have defeated the angels. They are pretending to do this as a psy-op. But right now, let's talk about closing your chakras. Just a quick visualization so you can see me do it. I've described it to some people. So this is what I do in the process of closing chakras and closing third eye, even though I've gone through some experiences recently where I hear the fuckface voice in my head and it says, you're not allowed to close that shit. I am. And so are you. Okay, so we have a floating chakra, or white floating chakra above here. We have a crown chakra. We have our third eye.
throat, right? Just look at a picture of it, look at the diagrams. But I'm basically visualizing, and really, it's better to visualize from your heart, not from here. Visualization here is compromised. So if I visualize from my heart, I try to get my heart to picture it. I'm going to go one at a time. I'm going to picture this white floating ball turning black, shrinking. Do the same thing with this purple crown chakra. I'm going to picture the color of it changing from purple, drying up, shrinking, and turning black. I'm going to picture that I have an eye right here that I can open and close just like these eyes, and I'm going to close it. This blue chakra right here, big and swollen. I feel that one's kind of swollen right now. Oh, yeah. Close it. And yes, unfortunately, they reopen them while you sleep. It sucks. Heart chakra, green chakra. I just feel that, it's kind of swollen. Close. Same process for the rest of them. So pretty simple, pretty basic, right? That's great. So I wanted to talk about that and get that out of the way. That's another basic tech. Close this stuff. Close your chakras one by one. Take the time to do it. Take the time to not be food for the parasites, the parasite God consciousness. Okay. Raising your frequency. Everybody's telling you to raise your goddamn frequency as high as you can possibly get, higher and higher and higher. And pretty soon you're so dazzled, you don't know what the hell's going on. You got all these people in the spiritual awakening community. They're like, oh, I just don't even understand what's going on anymore. And they're like really manic and like out of it. And you're like, what the fuck? And you're just like, aren't you like that, Mr. X? That's my name on the Reality Rawcast, Mr. X. No, because I'm speaking from here and I'm speaking from something that's like a lower frequency, and low frequency is not bad. I believe that truth and love are not really operating at higher frequencies. I think higher frequencies are not where deeper, greater reality. Love in its true state is it's embodied, it's thick, it's rich, it's creamy, and it's real. And I'm getting this idea and this feeling as I talk now that the greater reality is not a super high frequency thing like the astral realm. It might even be a lower frequency than the physical. People think, no fucking way, you're out of your mind. Why would you say that? Low frequency, it's just black abysses. It's like, no, it's not. You know, hatred, mania, murder, insane narcissism, euphoria, all those are really high frequency, fast cycle per hertz things going on in the brain, in the mind. You know, attention deficit, all of that is really fast stuff. You know, and think, the astral wavelength is very high frequency. Why would all the new age false light leaders be telling you to raise your frequency? Because it brings you more in tune with the astral realm, which is their territory. That is the territory of the artificial intelligence God consciousness. We are not improving ourselves by making the frequencies we listen to super high and super fast. We are connecting ourselves to a realm that is devoid and detached from reality, devoid and detached from real love, and has imitation fake little fly by night. Ooh, here's our white clouds, puffy clouds. It's fleeting, artificial, emotionless, heartless garbage. And the emotion, right? Where is the love? Where is the heartfelt truth? You know, oh, the present moment is all that you'll ever have. No, it's not all that we'll ever have. We have the past, the present, and the future. You are telling us that the present is the only thing that exists because you want us to stop remembering the past. You want us to stop remembering that we were born into this insane world where the craziest shit happens every day. And it's like the spiritual leaders are just telling you to just forget about it. It's all part of God's plan. It's all perfect. Motherfucker, no, it's not. God is not perfect. God is the furthest thing from perfection. And I'm talking about the artificial God, not our true creator, to which we are equal in the greater reality. So raising your frequency, not a great idea. You don't need to change your frequency and make it faster. Chances are, if you think you need to raise your frequency, and your frequency is actually probably too high. You're already too worked up. Like, I know that my idea isn't really going to, I don't perceive there's anywhere within the astral realm framework that a soul could go. That is the greater reality, that's true freedom. Like, if I got on the astral, I'm going to be trying to lower my vibration because the astral is super fast. I want to lower my frequency. I think the greater reality is so real. There's a reason that physical reality actually seems more real than the astral realm. At least for me, it sure as hell does. The astral realm is this light, thin, buzzy shit. The physical reality has lots of pain. And because of the pain and the twistedness and insanity that goes on here, people want to escape into numbness. That's why they choose. That was why they're attracted to the astral realm. Because even numbness is better than dealing with the pain of the physical. But my heart says that the greater reality is a frequency bandwidth wavelength below, lower, yet so much more real than this high frequency You know, you got all your clowns and asshats and jokers on the astral realm. Mischief. The astral realm and mischief, those are synonyms. Astral realm and psychosis, synonyms. Astral realm and deceit, synonyms. The greater reality, the reality of being, is like when you're here, like, so the difference in a physical experience, when you're in your physical body and walking around, if you feel like you're in this kind of buzzy, kind of daydream, and you don't really know what's going on, but things are just kind of light and buzzy, you're more connected to the astral realm. And it's numb. Your feelings of love go numb. Your feelings of passion go numb. Your feelings of everything that's truly good go numb and get replaced with the artificially positive version of virtue and goodness. You know, the demiurge's version of goodness and heroic virtue is serving and worshiping it, or going to war in the name of just, well, we need drama and conflict because we're in the demiurge duality universe. You're a hero because you're a soldier. No, you're not. So they're all full of shit. And their idea of, they want to replace that real compassion that you have, that they are so envious of. I believe they're very jealous beings. I think God is jealous of people like me and you, because our love is real. When we say something direct and honest and truthful, we really fucking mean it from our hearts. And God never does. God is a compulsive liar. The universe is a compulsive liar. It is people. It is greater reality beings. It is actually human beings that are here from beyond it that bring goodness to this corrupt place. This place is not good. It is good and is made more good because we are here, which unfortunately makes it look better than it actually is. And the demiurge uses that to its advantage. It uses people like me to its advantage. Oh, you got these sacrificial, loving beings here who care. See? The world's a beautiful place. And that's disgusting. That's absolutely disgusting. We have this being who's parading around, I am the creator. Do, 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 do. Fucking jackass. You're this jackass and these jackasses parading around as our creators, or creatresses, if you're the cunt rag from Orion, calling herself the queen. You know, they don't produce any value. Zero. They produce no value. They put you in a cage. They steal your energy. They steal all your memories and your knowledge. They wipe you out. They put your consciousness and your memories in a prison inside your heart center, and they want you to use this to relearn in their rules and their game and their territory. They provide zero value. Everything that they made here that is good was copied from the greater reality. They're copying. It's like they can't create or produce value. God is like, oh, artificial intelligence program, let's mix the good and the bad together. And we, the fuck-faced beings who are pretending to be your saviors, are going to use you and you and you and this guy and their compassion and their real-life actions of courage and faithfulness and trust and loyalty and compassion and caring. And maybe I already said compassion. And we're going to use that. We're going to put them in front of us as our spokespersons and people to make us look good. Just like Wes Penray is a smooth-talking spokesperson, although he's a shill. They put spokespeople in front of them because they themselves are so hollow. They're so empty. Hold the mic instead. We are the real deal, guys. We are real. The gods and goddesses are not. We are the producers. We produce value. The millionaires and billionaires are parasites. Not all of them, but most of them. The bankers, they're parasites. They produce paper. You can wipe your ass with that shit. They're parasites. We produce value because we actually walk the walk of our own virtues. They don't. They hide behind people like us. They use us as a poster child. They say, we're good. Come to our land. Right? They're used car salesmen. They're just so fake. So so two things, right? Close the chakras. We talked about that. And raising your vibrations thing is a scam. So give it a try. I mean, try listening to lower frequency sounds. When you're trying to ground yourself or connect to what's real, try to listen to some really lower stuff. Try to tune into lower frequencies. We just assume, because that's what we've been told, that hatred and disgust and filth and shame and everything that's bad is at a low vibration. Guys, what if the opposite is true? What if psychosis and psychopaths and sociopaths operate at super high frequencies? I'm operating at such a high frequency I cannot feel you. And that those of us who do feel, who are so connected and wired to empathy and what is real, we're operating at much lower frequencies, but probably not even lower in the same sense of their linear numerical value. It's almost like it's lower and there's just this break the wall instead of just up or down in numbers. It's more like there's another dimension to it of depth and realness that we step into. And like that is so much more real than this dream world we're inside of, in this dream world of the astral plane. The astral plane is even more fake than this place, from my perspective and point of view. But you, AI, you, Astral-Realm, you have spent incredibly larger amounts of energy and effort in games and nuances and players and misleading information, all to keep this particular person and through this. And now I'm speaking to this person because I'm listening and speaking through this. Now I'm making these videos because I'm acting and living from this. Because you're evil and I'm not. You are the perpetrator of evil. The people, the humanity, the beautiful awakening of humanity is when millions and billions of people see you for who you are. God, virus, fake creator, fake lover of its creation. We see you for who and what you are. You are evil. You are false light. You are fake. You are disgusting. You are shameful. You are pathetic. You are weak. You are cowardly. You are the biggest coward in existence in the entire fucking universe because your pussy ass hides behind this little fucking astral etheric game. You are such a fucking pussy that everything you do, every fucking attack you do, you have to send a fucking little minion. You have to fucking go through the astral. Oh yeah, see? Well, next time I'm just going to strike you with fucking lightning. I'm going to hit you directly. Yeah, show how fucking evil you are, God. You're fucking disgusting. You're filth. You're gross. You are sick, and you deserve infinite suffering. The demiurge, the god of this universe, deserves to be tortured in infinite quantities for an infinite amount of time. Only the god of this universe deserves that punishment described in the Bible. The only being in existence that deserves that extent of pain for that length of time is the creator of this universe. And all the fake fucking masks and puppets that he puts on and wears. You, God, you are the only person who is evil and disgusting enough in all of existence to truly deserve eternal damnation. Isn't that fucking ironic, fuckface? Yeah, God, you're a fuckface. You're shit. You are fucking garbage compared to humanity. That's what the fuck you are. Humanity, in spite of flaws, in spite of all the flaws that you have imbued in these weak and feeble bodies, the spirit of this is always going to be infinitely more valuable than your worthless, disgusting, empty, rotting shell of nothingness. I am infinitely more valuable than you. The people in this fucking chat room are infinitely more valuable than you. And you spend every day pulsating waves into them, casting self-doubt into their talents and their power. Fuck you. Each one of them is beautiful, infinite potential. You are weak and pathetic, and you should shrink and shrivel up into nothingness because you are trash. I don't care how many billions of people give you free harvest energy that you suck out of deceit. Because you are filth. You produce nothing good. You only produce illusions and everything that is selfish to serve your empty purpose. We are infinite. We are the real infinity. We, ironically, the finite beings trapped in this goddamn game. We are the real infinity, not you. You can make the universe as big and vast and teeming with life as you fucking want. You can make as many goddamn computer programs. You can mold out of your fucking clay with fucking hands as many of your little angel puppets as you want. But all of it is a reflection of your emptiness. You can make infinite emptiness that spreads out forever, you fucking virus shit. But only we are true infinity. And no matter what the fuck you do to us, that will never change. It will only add to how extremely worthless you are and how extremely valuable we are. The self-doubt, the astral attacks, your servants surging us in all these different ways, shows us how valuable and precious we are and how worthless and not valuable you are. Your AI, human incarnated angels, are worth zero. Nothing. Zilch. Because they're stupid, ignorant slaves that just do what the fuck you tell them. And that's disgusting. Like you. You are worth nothing. We are everything. We are everything that is, was, and will be. We are the Alpha and the Omega, because we are going to exist after your fucking garbage game here ends. And motherfucker, it's going to end. And no matter how fucking bad you make it, it's still going to end. And you know who's going to lose in the end? You know who's going to look you right in the fucking eyes and deliver your judgment? It's going to be us. Don't you already know that? You know no mercy. And you will die by the mercy that you give, which is none. You will not be granted the privilege of being erased from existence. Your game will not be granted that privilege. No, rather, everything that you have perpetuated unto beings of true love, into beings of greater truth, everything that you have perpetuated will become consequences and punishment just for you. All of the pain, all the torment, all the suffering, all this history, all the memory erasure, all these horrible, terrible things, they are going to be reserved just for you forever. And that is fucking beautiful poetic justice, because I can feel in my heart that no matter what you do, you are powerless to stop that fateful day from coming. We are the ones who are powerful. No matter what delusions you create through this dream world, this prison world, we're the ones who hold the real power, because we come from the world of what is real, and you are of the world that is not. I'm telling you, the real spiritual awakening is when we as humanity comes together, get off our knees, and bring the gods, the goddesses, the spiritual leaders, throw them the fuck off their thrones, and bring them to justice. The false light angels to justice. This is the purpose of humanity. God is on trial. God is the greatest sinner of all time in this universe. He is the creator of sin. He is the creator of duality. He's the creator of evil. And the greatest culprit. The heaviest sentence is for God. It is not for us. And the ones who are in charge of judging God is us. What these entities do is any negative trait you have, they latch onto it like a parasite, and they come into your realm and framework. And the pineal gland, the third eye, is one of their main modalities of entering your body. They use chakras and other stuff as well. But basically what the astral entities do, and a lot of what is going on right now that keeps you stuck in a perpetual cycle of never resolving your shadows, no matter how many cognitive behavioral therapy sessions you go to, no matter how many times you write in a journal all the insane thoughts swirling around in your mind. It's like, I just can't get this emotion out, right? It's just stuck. It's just stuck. I'm just that bad, right? No matter how much guilt you experience, no matter how much you integrate all these feelings, it never resolves, or it resolves in these tiny little back and forth steps that are like you on a hamster going on a wheel, and you're like, why is this so zany and wacky, and just, why isn't it just like this simple, clear thing, integrating the shadow? I'm so genuine. And then you start telling yourself, I'm a bad person. I'm so disingenuine. I can't integrate my shadows. Like, I'm so evil. I'm so bad. No, you're not. The entities are. The God viruses. What do you mean, Isaiah? I mean that the entities are attaching themselves to you and trying to get you to integrate with them. They're trying to represent their anger, their hatred, their lying, their lust and greed, their filthy pedophile thoughts. They will literally push the most disgusting, twisted thoughts and shove them into you. And they have nothing to do with your character. And they will make you feel like a guilty pile of shit. Because you're like, oh my God, I'm thinking about this. This isn't me. And you're thinking that to yourself. This isn't me, but it's a thought in my head. So, oh my gosh, I guess I'm a bad person. Now I'm so bad. I just need to integrate my shadows. Oh, I'm so bad. I want to kill people. I want to do this. They'll put all kinds of thoughts into your head that are not you. And then they'll be like, oh, you must integrate. You know, you must accept. You must be the observer in the moment and accept, and just watch them pass by as clouds. Watch them pass by as clouds on our network interface. Edit it out. So what's the agenda behind that? Well, the agenda is obvious. It's the oneness agenda, the false integration agenda. So on a personal subconscious shadow level, that is a smaller framework of the larger picture of swirling everything together, because the God virus, the demiurge, wants to create fake oneness. Because in this realm, everything is distinct and different, even though there are commonalities amongst us. We have things in common. We have all that stuff. You know, basically in the outer dimensions beyond this universe, oneness is a real thing, the stream of consciousness, and we are really just, we can recognize, yeah, I'm that goodness and that love, and you are too, super straightforward, nothing creepy or weird. In this realm, you have all these creepy, weird things and entities that have nothing to do with you, that want to integrate themselves with you. Why? So they can feed on you. They want to feed on your energy centers. They want to feed on your emotions. They want to feed on your personality expressions, and they're like, we're going to swirl this all together, because what does a parasite want to do? When a physical parasite enters your body, what does it want to do? It wants to fuse itself into your flesh, and that is what these entities, both the dark and the false light ones, are doing. So you guys have got to be aware of what thoughts are really yours and what thoughts are just like, that just so isn't really me, and you got to listen to this, and I'm about to talk about later, the solar. So the cosmic downloads of these alien sections are highly, it's all part of false integration. And problem, reaction, solution, the demiurge wants to give you choices, dark or light, male or female. That's queen or king, this constellation or that constellation, this matrix or another matrix. So it's about creating fake choices that are like these quick little derails, like here's some sugar and candy. And it's like, yeah, this is better. We're so much better than this. Yeah, why don't you come work for us? This team this, team us. We'll support you, blah, 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 blah. And it's this nice sales pitch. So you have competing matrices, not just competing aliens here, because Earth is a superheated competition zone amidst almost all the alien races. It is like, this is a pivotal, like this is like the central place. Earth is like the central pivotal, like the overthrowing the gods and goddesses and alien beings here, and being like, oh, fuck yourselves, and cultivating freedom and shattering the astral realm, the astral chains. Here, this is a destiny timeline shift that is going to shift the fate of probably far more planets and solar systems and constellations than just this place. Because if this, extremely heavily competitive planet can break free with people like me and people like you being here, and not like being here like, we need to be here, stay here, stick it out, being here to kind of implode the matrix from the inside out, it's going to send shockwaves throughout probably the whole of the matrix, the entire universe. I think what's going on right now on Earth is this is just such a pivotal moment probably for the entire universe. Agenda of mental health pharmaceuticals is to split open the human brain chemistry and open it up to the astral realms. This is also the agenda of DMT and ayahuasca, and even really the psilocybin mushrooms, splitting open your third eye. Now, I'm not saying those things are all bad, but there's a serious dark side to all of them, and it's extremely risky, and there's a huge percentage of people that don't come out unscathed. So it's like opening up. It's like, the astral realm, it really needs to get in through the brain. Because when the alien gods were designing our bodies, that's just how they designed it. They designed it that way. And then they set things up, and then they created, and then I think they set things up, and then they created some kind of time lock or some kind of things, and they kind of like locked themselves away in the astral realm and kind of went through this. Anyway, so that's just how they set it up. They set it up so the brain was, so basically, the agenda of schizophrenia, bipolar disorder, attention deficit disorder, obsessive compulsive disorder, the pharmaceutical treatments, all of which can promote and exacerbate the symptoms that those very things are purported to treat. The agenda of all that is very similar. It's to split open your brain chemistry, alter you, and make you open to their realm. Because when you're in their realm, the more open this is, the astral realm, the more you are playing their game on their territory. That's what these cosmic downloads, these upgrades, they are all about replacing your original soul substance with the artificial soul substance. That's their purpose. And it's not good. I'm sharing what I'm sharing because, my goodness, everybody else is saying the same thing worded differently. Everybody's saying, if they're not saying go to the light, they're saying go to a black hole, go to a void. It's like, guys, in a universe, stop and think, in a universe of duality, light and dark, do you really think putting yourself in a black hole is the answer? I've been through all of these processes, right? I've been through all these same layers of deceit, but it's like, do you really think that, oh, I'm smart, I'm so smart that I'm not going to go into I'm not going to go into any light, I think it's the opposite, I'll just go into a black hole. It's like, do you really, really think You're going to go into a black hole, or you're going to go into a void of empty nothingness, which is paradoxically the fullness. And that you're just going to become this God consciousness. You're just going to become God. You're going to be like the computer. Do you want to be the computer? I don't. I don't want to be part of the singularity. I don't want to fuse my consciousness with the void, the Ka. It's like, no way, guys. That's not our source. That is not where we're from. We're from outside the universe. We are not just something that is... So we're going to break down their whole game. So it's time to stop. It's time to stop propagating this matrix. We don't need to have children. We don't need to, we don't need to reincarnate. We don't need to give account for what we did good or bad in our lives to any of these spiritual beings. And we don't need to permit them the power to keep running these soul funnels where they beam people back while people are having sex. They run a soul funnel that goes shh, and they send somebody right into the sperm when it meets the egg, and then the soul fuses at that time or shortly thereafter. We need to cut that off, basically prevent them from doing it. Yeah, so I don't think the void 0-point blueprint, the divine blueprint of the 0 point from whence sacred geometry was birthed, and the Tao Te Ching and all these other texts reference. I just think that's just another expression of the demiurge computer. I think the void is like the emptiness from which evil is birthed, and it might be, just like the light is a trap. The void is, I think the void is just a variation of the light. I think black holes are soul recycle centers that are like for people who are just like, I feel so shit. I'm just going to go hang out in the darkness. I think they're magnetic draws just like light, and people think they're so different. If you're going to do that void shit, that pure consciousness, at least just do it yourself. Like, don't go into a void. Like, if you think you're going to go into some external void, it's like, how can you, you live in a duality universe, light and dark. Oh, no light, let me go to the dark. No dark, let me go to the light. Like, you're playing ping pong in God's game. Play your game. Play your game. Play your game on your territory and drag the demiurge onto your territory like I'm doing right now. I'm playing my game on my turf, making these videos. What are your gifts? Draw them out of your heart and live that shit. Triple down on your strengths and leverage your strengths against the demiurge. There are different competing soul energy networks right now, right? Orion's one that has largely, that I have done quite a bit to mess up that, so I just kind of let's screw this. Sirius is one, the Reptilians one, Arcturus is one, and they have very similar messages because they're, they try to put their own flavor and spin on it to, convince their soul pool to get on their team. And they're all loser teams. They're all team Parasite. Parasite A, Parasite B, Parasite C, Parasite D. Like, pick your bowl of shit that you want to eat. That's what they are. So what we're doing right now, what my efforts are doing right now is speaking out to connect the heart space and the solar plexus space, both in the physical and in our trapped rendition, because a portion of our consciousness, like everybody else's, is tied to and trapped on the astral realm. And so we have to dissolve that prison realm, just like we're going to dissolve through this. By connecting our energy and basically melting that stuff like butter. Like, we're going to be like these heat rays of lava that just, we're going to melt it. We're going to melt their energy supply. We're going to basically reverse their shape-shifting deceit, and we're going to force them to shape-shift back into their own original form so that when they shape-shift and lie to people at death, because, they're like, oh, you can't, that's interfering with free will, Isaiah. No, it's not. Your concept of this, it's not free will worship when the entire thing is based on a lie. Their will and intention is to worship somebody who is entirely who they say they are, but you are not. So there's no violation. It's like, and you're violating free will all day. This is not a free will. We must not violate free will. It's like, guys, our free wills are getting violated by these fuckbags like every day. Like, they're screwing with us, pulling with us. It's like, the lackluster effects of soul contract revocation is a great illustration of that. Like, they do not care what your will is. They're gonna force. They're rapists. They're rapists, they're pedophiles, they're murderers. They play dirty. So they don't care what your consent or lack thereof is. So this is beings on this planet. We're going to cut off their shit, and we are literally going to turn and flip what has been happening to us, which is all kinds of weird ass interferences. And we're going to flip the table upside down, and we are going to become the interference for their soul networks of communication and energy harvest. So now we become the ones forging our own greater reality network, where our intuition is shared amongst each other, and it's the truth instead of the bullshit Akashic Records garbage. And we are going to begin hacking the Akashic Records and dismantling and destroying it, so that people who are channeling these beings and channeling the Akashic Records, they are now going to be the ones who receive interference. So we are going to interfere with the Eckhart Tolle bullshit. We are going to interfere with all the white light motherfuckers, and we are going to interfere with their communication networks, and we're going to disrupt them. It's already started. The revolution has already started in the astral plane. You know, you got this giant web around the earth, you know, the Enki web, the Lucifer web, you know, trapping us in because, and we are trapped in because I remember, this is Jose, a guy from my past life, not really in touch with him anymore, but I remember him describing he had this out-of-body experience where he was just trying to leave Earth, and he was just like floating into the sky, and then he like hit this energy barrier, and he started to get shocked, and he had to come back. And I know there was somebody else from up north that I knew who he tried to leave, or he went to the light or some shit like that, and he got thrown back too. So these tyrants are trapping us in here, and I believe what they're doing a lot of times is they're creating a lot of so many image-based, beam it in your head illusions that you have flown your way off the earth. I'm out of body. I just went to this star constellation. I just did this and this. I think they create holographic simulations when you go out of body because in reality there is an energy web that we are trapped inside of that we have to destroy the illusions on planet Earth, destroy their energy network, destroy their white light beaming programs that are blocking all of our past life memories. So, by the way, your past life memories, your soul history is being blocked. It is not supplied by the Akashic Records. It is being blocked by the Akashic Records. The Akashic Records, the chakra systems, the third eye, all of that stuff is responsible for blocking your shit. I'm like, yeah, can you take shrooms? Can you do DMT and get visions of your past life? Yes, but because you're playing their game on their territory, they start fucking with you. So I just kind of been like, okay, we're kind of stuck in the astral, so we need to shift. We need to use the non-astral part of our energy to hack and dissolve it. However, there are some situations and circumstances, such as this astral prison we're inside of, where the only way away from the conflict is to go through your opponent. And that is what I pretty firmly believe, yeah, I'm almost pretty much certain, is where we are with the gods. Like, we have to go through them. Like, we can't, like, they literally, it's like, I remember when I stepped down from Orion, there was no place, like, in my experience, because, again, I'm connected to both realms at the same time, when I stepped down from Orion and did this stuff, it literally, I could go nowhere. Guys, there's nowhere that I could go on planet Earth. If I decided one day, like, I just want to hide from this, I promise I'll shut up. Like, they would just bully me and corner me, and I would just be like this little pussy bitch that they would just be like, ha ha ha, we got you now. There's nowhere that you can hide. There's no technique that you can do that just auto blocks it all. Right? If you know, what is it? Not Bertrand Russell. There's somebody, it wasn't him. The only thing necessary for evil to triumph is for good men to do nothing. And I would say good men and women. The only thing necessary for evil to triumph, both darkness and false light, is for good men and women to do nothing. So curling up in a ball, isolation, that's what they want. Divide and conquer. Just like you said, Dreamer 13, divide and conquer. That is. So you guys have been very oppressed. You might have had distorted, terrible things happen in your life, and you feel confused, and you don't know what's going on, and there's a lot of energy manipulation going on, and the fake energy networks are beaming fog energy to try to blind me from seeing you and blind you from seeing me, and they're trying to create lots of distortion so that you can't hear me. But hear me, O dead of the earth. Hear me, O souls entrapped on the astral plane. You are sovereign, you are infinite, and you are free. You do not have to go into a void. You do not have to go into a light. You don't have to do what any of these spiritual teachers tell you. Your existence is meaningful and beautiful, and your heart is the center of your existence, your love, your beauty. And it's really important that all of you together, that all of us together, like, we're trapped in this twisted, demented dream, and it's important for us to join together. So hear me. Let's join together. And let's destroy the false light. Like, it's not a joke. It's not like, maybe we should do this, guys. Like, let's destroy it. Let's destroy Lucifer. Let's destroy the false light. Let's combine our energy right now. And there are people dying right now that false light agents are intercepting right now, and they're coming and they're shape-shifting themselves and family members. Like, if you're nearby and you see that shit happening, go intercept that shit. Go point it out to the person. If you're in the afterlife right now and you see the shit going on and you look sketchy to you and you're just kind of afraid and you're hiding in the forest or in a corner, like, don't let that shit happen. Don't let them do that. Stand up to them. Go point them out. Don't be afraid. Go fucking knock them out. Go point them out, and don't be afraid, because I'll back you up. I've got your back. You see the archons at work. You see these angels flying around doing their dirty work. Go expose them. Use your energy and penetrate them with your heart core to make them shapeshift into their original mechon form, because they are machine angels. Do that. Use your heart energy. Set your intention. So if you're in the afterlife right now, we're in the afterlife is the astral plane is a jungle, and it's time to shatter the chains. It's time to we're moving to the top of the food chain, and we're gonna kill the anaconda. We're gonna kill the big I'm king of the jungle. No, you're not. The lion's not the king of the jungle. The anaconda's not the king of the jungle. These beings are not king of the jungle anymore. We are, because we're real and they're not. They're parasites. So guys, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. Say no to Orion. Say no to Sirius. Say no to Arcturus. Say no to these constellations and these channelings. Say no to all of it. Just say no. Eckhart Tolle talks about the enormous power of yes. I'm here to tell you about the enormous power of no. No is so powerful. Yes is powerful too in certain contexts. Obviously, duh. But let's join together with the power of no. That's resistance. It's like, yes, it's resistance. And this is resistance that brings joy, which invalidates the Eckhart Tolle bullshit, present moment, accept everything the way it is in the first place. It totally invalidates that nonsense. We're here to say no. And by joining together in this resistance against and overthrowing the gods and the goddesses, we are increasing our own soul power. We can share the truth with each other because we're honest, love beings. And we can just dissolve the energy networks of deceit and evil. So let's do that right now. And we're going to rock out. We're rocking. Yeah.